Hey and hello there everyone! Welcome back to the post-strike streams, where I, a voice actor, am no longer on strike and will probably still call these the strike streams, because the strike is where this series originated. So if I call it that, you can't be like, haha, you know what I mean. Anyway, Buck, how are we all doing? Lovely to see you all. Happy Friday, to the extent that Fridays are happy, which is because it's Friday. Who doesn't love a good Friday? I hope you guys, gals, non-binary pals are doing very well. And yeah, happy. Oh, it's 7-Eleven. I didn't get my Slurpee. Oh, well, never mind. Maybe next year. The point is, what is the point? The point is that it's lovely to have you all here. Happy Friday. So hi, Kieran and Xander and Lily and Onlara. Lovely to have you here. I may as well. Oh, hang on. Wait. Oh, wait, hang on. My computer is muted and it stayed muted? What? I'm so used to having to, like, press the mute button a second time. Oh, Kieran, you got a shiny Growlithe today. Cantonian or Hisuian? That is the question. But that's awesome. Congrats. Very big congrats. Let me just. Oh, what? Oh, hang on, everyone. Sorry, I just got an email. Oh my gosh. Okay, I am gonna have to look at all this later, I think. Hang on, please. Okay. Okay, so sorry everyone. Okay, I'll have to look at that later. Yeah, okay. Sorry, of course I get, like, flipping, big email or whatever, like, right as the stream starts. Okay, sorry about that. Not that I'm not grateful, but it's like, can the universe just, like, time things a bit better? Like, I just had a morning of, like, busy, but not doing anything of, like, huge importance, and then, nothing that wouldn't have. But anyway, right. Anyway, Bach, lovely to have you all here. Very thankful for you guys being here. Shall we just kind of begin doing our... I mean, you guys know what the tickets are. Oh gosh, we're now at like a 3-week drought now. Like, oh gosh, like over 3 weeks of drought. Like, I am very mathematically due a shot. I mean, we're getting to a point where in a week from now, I'm due a legendary. Like, I haven't had any shinies for over 3 weeks, and yet in 6 days, I'm due a legendary. But will it be Tapu Bulu? Will it be Thunderous? Will it be Kartana? Or will it be a wild card that we do later on? That is the question. So chat, what I need you to do is, could you please just do the usual strike in big capital letters, I can do, and then let me know which legendary Pokemon you are able to do, please. And that would be very helpful and lovely and wonderful and all that other lovely stuff. So please let me know what you can do out of Tapu Bulu, Thunderous, Kartana. Ready, set, bow. Let me know. And then we'll sort of just take it from there, really. So yeah. Yes, okay. Okay. Ooh, maybe we'll be able to do a Tapu Bulu. But if we do have to do like a Kieran 2 switches type deal, then maybe we need to begin with Thunderous, just because that's like a little bit more preferable. I don't know. Because at least that way you'd have 2 games that you need a Thunderous on. But let's see. Right, if there's no one out... Oh my gosh, the emails keep coming. But anyway, okay, yep, cool. Right, let me get the spreadsheet back up, and then we'll... Wow, Kramen's in the chat. Hi, Kramen. Or Xander's filling in the spreadsheet today. Maybe, who knows? But yeah, do we want to do Thunderous or Tapu Bulu? if we just because we do have like we're gonna need like Kieran's 2 switches, and Kieran needs Thunderous on both accounts. So I'm thinking maybe if we start with, although then again there usually are other people who can do Thunderous, but maybe screw them. They should have been here at 2 o'clock. But should we begin with Thunderous, and then if we need to do Tapu Bulu in like 20 minutes, we can do Tapu Bulu. But let's kick off with a Thunderous, and then we'll kind of take it from there. If you don't mind using both your switches, Kieran, that would be helpful. Okay, so you're now connected to the internet. Okay, you'd prefer Bulu, but Kieran knows better. Well, that's the thing. I mean, Kieran, if you're happy for us to do a Bulu, I would personally prefer to do Bulu, but given you're going to need to use... Well, actually, no. I mean, given you need to use both switches, I suppose in some ways it doesn't matter as much, but it's just... But it's one of those things where, I mean, we need you to use both of them, but it's like, do you want to do Thunderous because both of your systems need Thunderous, or are you okay with doing Tapu Bulu because you need it on one of the systems? Because basically, the question I'm asking is, are you okay with only being limited to, like, 7 potential shinies instead of 8? Okay, you're okay with doing Bulu. Well, then let's begin with Bulu. It's on Lara Day, also known as Boxandering Day. Okay, so let's begin with Bulu. That's the thing. I would rather do Bulu just because usually if someone like Gage or Kevin comes in or whatever, they can usually do like one of these other 2. So let's open up with Bulu and then we'll take it from there. So let's go Bulu. But yeah, that only counts as 1 strike for you though, Kieran. So, okay. 7-11 and then 0207. Okay, so 7-11, 0207, or 07-11, 0207. 07-11, 0207. That's the code. Ready, set, Bo. Here we go. Bo, did you remember to congratulate Sarah? Yes, I did. No, I did. But not till quite late in the evening, though. It was like quite late in the evening, and I was like, "Ooh, Sarah." So I did forget for a little while, but then I did do it. So yeah. So here we go. Tapu Bulu, super weak to poison, but it's also weak to fire and flying and ice and steel because it's a fairy. And grass. It has Hornleech, Woodhammer, Superpower, and what we think is Mega Horn. I'm sure it does have Mega Horn. I think Mega Horn is the other move, even though we haven't seen it ever since we've been like saying that. Ever since we've been saying, I think it has Mega Horn. We haven't actually seen it use Mega Horn. Okay, Quagsire is terrible. I'm going to go with Cradilly because it has the Sludge Bomb. It is weak to Superpower, but Eldegoss could use a Fire-type Weather Ball. You know, just or an Ice-type Weather Ball. Yeah, don't worry, Kieran. We you're not gonna like get in trouble for talking about like just a general place you've been. Don't worry. Don't worry, you're good. If you're saying I'm going to this particular restaurant in a place for lunch today at like 12 p.m., then yeah, that's not good. But if you're just saying like I'm in a particular city or I've been to a particular city, like it's not too much of a problem. Right, we do have Garboda, so who's easier for... Oh, can we go for Barbaracle? Because I can one-shot that and so can on Lara. And then we can do the Garboda and then we can just do whatever the heck else is like easy. Oh, I have been a good boy and have been sorting out my Pokemon Scarlet boxes because I said that I only had about like 3 slots open in all my boxes in Pokemon Scarlet. Again, they need to make the next game have 40 boxes. You can't have Pokemon having like 3 abilities and then having Pokemon like Furfrou and Vivian and Alcremie and all this other stuff and expect people, like, you literally cannot get, like, one of every kind of Pokemon or whatever. And they need to fix that. But anyway, so Scarlet doesn't have enough space, and I had a lot of dupes across my boxes. And so now I'm trying to be a good boy, and I'm trying to tidy them up and sort of look at, like, for some reason I had like 3 Stunkies, and I think they all had the same ability. Like, it wasn't even like one of them had a different ability or whatever. So, because I think as well, at the very beginning of the game, you know, I did do some like Terra raids, because I was like, oh, this Pokemon's like a different Terra, and it has a different Terra type, and, you know, whatever, and I was just excited about that. And then you realize, like, you don't need to have, like, you know, you don't need to have like a bug-type Terra Magikarp or something, you know. Ooh, critical hit. It's rough when you're a shiny hunter and have boxes and boxes of shinies. That's what I mean. Like, I'm a shiny hunter, and I, like, can't even keep my shinies in the game. Because it's like, to have one of every Pokemon, and then to have, like, a shiny of a load of things, you just can't. Like, they need to, like, just make the boxes bigger. Make catching fun again, you know. Kevin, you're late, you had to get dinner. That's fair enough. So, right, we want to catch everything. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. You're going to have to leave at the 2-hour mark, so you probably can't play in the very last adventure. Okay. Well, we can try to ensure that you are part Team 4. And hey, I accidentally rhymed. But yeah, Kevin, hello. Hello, hello, hello. But yeah, it's hard, man. It's tough stuff. Right, we do not want a Barbaracle when we've got a grass type coming up. We are going to need to get rid of the Quagsire at some point. Because it's, like, really bad for Bulu. But, oh, I forgot. I had a message I wanted to send my friend. They won't, though, because it forced us to use home. Well, I mean, I hope they expand it to 40, just because I don't think that would... Because it's just one of these things where I'm not going to use home for, like, a load of casual stuff. Anyway, Garboda's next. And then we can... I don't know who we want to... I don't... Do we just go for the Stunfisk? Like, do we have funny for the money switch for Garboda? Oh, we'll see if there's any science, but if there's a scientist, we could go for a scientist. If we have to choose between Stunfisk and the Starmie, I think we should probably just go for the Stunfisk in case it's a Galarian one. I couldn't tell whether it was Galar or not. I didn't get a good enough look. But yeah. Onlara's not leaving for a long time. It's just Onlara can't do, like, the 5th and final one. That's all. So Onlara's going to have plenty of opportunities. Right. Home is mainly only used for your transfer system. So, Kevin, do you not have the premium subscription? I do. But that's the thing, it's crazy to think about, like, how much money I've sort of basically given to Pokemon in the past few years. Just to, like, what is essentially now holding on to a load of shinies and legendaries. And, like, event Pokemon. So... Oh, and between games, yeah. Yeah, don't Giga Impact on turn 1. The only, like, Onlara was good to use a Leaf Storm on turn 1 in the last one, because it was times 4 super effective. But it's just one of those things where, like, we ain't going to be, like, one turn in Garboda, so using a, like, Giga Impact is just really risky. Again, the way that we kind of would put it is, if you have, like, Giga Impact or Close Combat, you have to look at how many turns do you think it's going to take to beat the Pokemon. And what you have to do is you have to use your Giga Impact or Close Combat when you think it's going to be, like, your final turn. Like, maybe you might not... Maybe, like, if you use it on the 2nd turn, but then the battle goes into a 3rd turn, it's still one of those things where it's like, yes, but then whoever's, like... You know, if you're, like, a slow Pokemon and you attack at the end of turn 2, then your quick ally at the beginning of turn 3... like, can snipe the KO or whatever. That's fine. But it's just about, we don't want people sitting around where it's like, oh, you can't attack. That's just kind of pointless. And ultimately it slows down the battle. So, Bo used Giga Impact and it's super effective. No, that's exactly what I'm saying I don't do. So yeah. So that was a good one from Beartic, because even if... not Beartic. Beware. Even if this now goes into a third turn, which it looks like it might. Yeah, so we got like the poison there, the poisson, and the burn here and everything. Even though we're all getting like damage now, it's one of those things where that was still good from Beware, because like that's the last turn that Beware is gonna get in this battle. Like, the Eldegoss is now going to finish off this fight for us. So that was a really well-timed Giga Impact. You got your... You need to think about how many moves do you think you're going to use in the battle, and you need to time your, your attack to be like the last one. Or at least try. That's the idea. Anyway, Gage, hi. You got Shiny Celesteela and Blaziken. But you only have Kartana left. Well, that's okay. You only have Kartana left before you abandon us forever. And go walking off into the sunset. No, that's okay. But no, Gage, lovely to have you here. And congrats, that's awesome. Lily, you're overdue for a shiny. Well, I hope you get one soon. I hope we all do. Whether you are overdue for it or not. How have I never noticed the Eldegoss animation with shooting off seeds? It's cool, isn't it? Note to self, I need to look at it later, because I only half know what you mean. Right, beware. So switch the bear that is not Beartic for the Garboda that is not Garbodor. Yeah, guys, what are like things in Pokemon that you didn't notice or didn't know? Pronunciations, name references, animations. Like, I didn't know about like Cradilly's... I think it was like Cradilly and Armaldo's eyes. Oh, backpacker! We might be able to get Lumberries. So I am gonna pick the Stunfisk here, because we can't do any science. It's not the Galar Stunfisk, is it? Yeah, because it's got the... When I see them together, I know, but yeah, it's got the more fin-like rear, I think. You'll probably know, and then start over again on a different account, so you can get 2 shiny legendaries. Ooh, is that ambitious or greedy? I think it's both, and I like it. I approve. Right, Stunfisk. More like a Stunfisk. Leftovers would also balance out the point. That as well. Oh, I'll tell you a thing I didn't know for a long time. Right? And please Dynamax Quagsire when you can. But I think I did talk about this during a Strike stream at some point in the past year. But, so I have known that forever that there are 2 different types of poison, okay? I know that there are 2 different types of poison. There's like regular poison and there's like the aggressive poison or whatever. Like, I call it toxic poison. I forget the official name for it. But so regular poison, you lose like an 1/8 or a 1/16. No, I think it is like an 1/8 of your health every turn. The toxic poison is where you lose a 1/16, then 2/16, then 3/16, then 4/16, and so on and so forth. I didn't know, though, for the longest time, and I did talk about this, but I'll say it again for good measure, I did not know that they actually have different logos and emblems. So you see how we've got, say, like a purple, it's sort of a very pinkish purple kind of logo with a black symbol. The aggressive toxic one has like a different logo, and I did not... The badly poisoned, yes, that's right. The badly poisoned actually has a different emblem. I don't know what it looks like, and I can't tell them apart, and I constantly forget to look, but that is a thing. Like, badly poison does actually have... And this has been like since Gen 5 or something as well. But so right now we've all got like the regular classic poison. But so the next time anyone uses poison, that Stunfisk looks really creepy from that angle. I don't like that. Oh, that's weird. Don't like it. But yeah. Shade Van Fan! Hello, welcome, welcome. So it's not that I didn't know about the existence of that poison. I've known about it for like the longest time ever. But I didn't know that it actually had like a visual... There was a visual representation of it. I always thought the way that you... Like, if you were like, oh, am I poisoned or am I badly poisoned? I always thought that, like, either you had to pay attention when it's happening or you have to look at the amount of health it's doing. And, like, oh, if it does, like, a 16th or 3/16ths or a quarter, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm badly poisoned. Like, I thought that was the only way to tell. I didn't know that if you were just looking at the game when you're, like, selecting your move, that you could actually tell what kind of poison you have. I did not know that for the longest time. So... Stunfisk, I can see you, bro. No, no. Right, okay. And then let's get rid of Quagsire. Here's Quagsire, Quagsire. You never really know what he's gonna do next. Here's Quagsire, Quagsire. Giggity, 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 giggity. Karen, please switch. I need to work on my giggity, 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 giggity. I can say eat the pudding, 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 but I can't go giggity, 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 giggity. I can't do that. Right, will we get berries? Will we get leftovers? Let's find out. Citrus berry. I'll go for that. I'll go for a citrus berry. Why not? That'll kind of make up for it, right? Right. Or I could have gone with a shell bell. I don't know. Because I will, in theory, in game theory, be doing a lot of damage, but let's find out. Oh, if we poison the Bulu, maybe we can see... Oh, on Larry, you were today years old when you learned there's a visual difference? Oh, maybe you weren't here when I said that. So did you not... Yeah, so hang on. If we use Max Malador, Kieran, for the love of Nelly, please make sure you Gigantamax and do this. We actually might be able to see the visual difference here, like on our side and on the Bulu's side. Doesn't badly poison become regular? Yes, it does. So that's the thing. If we were badly poisoned against the Garboda, it switched to regular poison in the next battle. Yeah, it does. It only lasts for that battle. You are still poisoned afterwards, but it switches to just regular basic poison. Oh, someone got a berry. Okay. Well, anyway, let's pay attention to what my poison looks like, and then we can look at Bulu's poison and all that other stuff. Right, here we go. We're gonna go big, or we're gonna go home. That is the question. With hair waving in the wind. Then let's do this thing. Okay. But yeah. So Garboda. More like a Snova. Okay, here we go, everyone. Let's do this thing. Okay. Right, superpower. Okay, it's using it on Stunfisk. Oh no, don't get paralyzed. Don't you dare get paralyzed. It didn't get paralyzed. Okay, good. Right, here's the Malador. Right. Ooh, ooh. Okay, let's look at the symbol. Let's look at the symbol. Let's look at the symbol. Oh, it just poisoned. Oh no, no, no. Okay, well, hopefully, maybe we should have kept Quagsire and used Toxic. Dang, never mind. Okay. But just mental note of this for later. Of this moment for later on. I thought it badly poisoned. I guess that would be kind of busted though. But if you look it up, if you look up poison on Bulbapedia, you can see that there's a difference. Okay. That's my point. Right, here we go. I'm gonna Gastro Sludge Bomb. I'm kidding. You used Earth Power to help. Although, is it just Earthquake that does less in grassy terrain, or is it any other ground moves? I always think, like, Earth Power and... Like, I always feel like Earth Power should do less. So Earth Power might actually do less in the terrain. Right, there goes Stunfisk. Say yo, more like a say no. Right, Horn Leech, more like a bleach. Oh, gosh! What the heck? Oh, okay, I was going to say, was that a crit? But yes, it was. But that's okay, we are going to get the KO here, so... We're only on, like, you know, life 2 or whatever, so it's fine. This is going to get the KO. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Well done, everyone. Can I just say you hate the gender difference of Raichu? Like, the Pikachu's cute with the heart for female, but female Raichu just has the tip of its tail cut off. Like, they have a heart instead of a... Like, make it a heart instead of a bolt. Yeah, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Like, it's not as good as the Pikachu. The Pikachu is better. That Bulu just got 2 crits in a row. Yes, it did, didn't it? That's kind of weird, but... right, anyway, Bark. Well done, Team 1. That was fun. And let's see if we can get a shiny in the sun. Maybe, I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, the email's actually... Well, I do have another email, but it's different from the ones that just didn't stop. Right, Barbarical is a no. Right, so Barbarical is a no. Garboda is a Garnoda. Stunfisk is very flat, but not shiny. But will we get the end of the drought after over 3 weeks? Right? The Black Bulu! No. Okay, fine. Fine, don't shine. Keep your secrets. Okay. So no. Jolly. That's pretty cool. Not brave. Quiet. That's kind of fun. And bold and brash. But it belongs in the trash. Oh, and then lonely. But there we go. I'm going to go with the Garboda. I think Garboda's fun. So there we go. Yeah, don't jinx it, Kieran. Shh, don't jinx it. Okay, you saved your progress. Welcome back. Would you like to keep a record of where you found Tapu Bulu? Yes, I would. So, chat, my lovely chat. We've still got Kartana and Thunderous. Could you please let me know... ready, set, bow. Strike the number of times you played and let me know if you can do Thunderous or Kartana. Okay? Oh, does Tenchi hit? Tenchi! Hello, I have been drinking water. But thank you for reminding me. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. I'm thinking... Abraham Lincoln. Could we maybe go... Yeah, could we do Thunderous first? Because that's how it's written in my spreadsheet. But could we do Thunderous first, which means, Kevin, do you mind sitting out for a sec? And then we can have Kieran on Lara and Gage. And then I will put you in Team 3, Kevin. And then we'll take it from there, okay? No, Kieran, you're in the team. Okay, so this is Kieran on Lara and Gage, on the Wycom. On the Wycom, sorry, on the Kieran, Gage, and on Lara on the Wycom. Please make sure you are indeed connected. We're going to talk to the nice scientist. Wait, hang on. Oh, sorry, I meant that the other way around. I meant Kevin. Can we do Thunderous first? Why did I say... No, wait, hang on. Oh no, sorry, I said it the wrong... Sorry, I said it the wrong way round. Sorry, Crammon, you just changed it. Can we do Kartana first? Because that's the one Kieran and Gage can do. And... No, wait, what am I doing? No, Thunderous is the one Kieran can more easily do. Why am I confusing myself? Why did I get that confused? I don't know. Sorry. Right. Blah, 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 blah. We're gonna do the Thunderous with Kevin. Sorry, Gage, do you mind sitting out for 20 minutes? Sorry for the confusion. Don't know what happened there. I'm gonna have more water, because apparently I've not been having enough. Sorry, it is annoying when I get a bajillion emails right at the beginning of a play session, because then it just completely sends my brain into overdrive. So, anyway, Bark. So, Thunderous, Kieran, on Lara, Kevin. That's the team. Thunderous was second on the spreadsheet. Sorry, Kramen, for the confusion. Thank you, Kramen, for the confusion. For like, as in putting up with the confusion. And let's do this thing. 0711 and then like 0230. There we go. 0711 0230. There we go. Again, I wish I knew what I was thinking there. There was something I was thinking in my brain about making Kevin go third. I don't know what it was. But yeah, here we go. To be honest, it makes more sense to make Gage wait, because Gage only needs one more Pokemon, and then it will be like the end of playing along with Gage. But right, here's Thunderous. You guys know this. Rock and Ice is nice. You know, ground types, Lightning Rod, you know, Dragon, Grass, other Electric. Sludge Wave, watch out for Sludge Wave, Weather Ball, Rain Dance, Thunder. Sorry, I am stalling because I do not know. I'm just going to go with the Marowak. I wish it had Lightning Rod, but it doesn't. But that's okay, because then it does have the Rock Head. Persimmon doesn't need to worry about flying moves, so Rock Tomb is actually kind of sort of okay. And Frostmoth can use Weather Ball with Ice or Rock, which is nice. So Gage too fast, Gage too furious. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Right, yeah, Drift Blim. Okay. So, oh, wait, hang on. Grass, ground. Okay, I did see grass and ground on the right, but let's see what else we can. Fury! And then grass. Okay, it's Serena, which isn't very good. Oh, there is Palpitoad. There is Flygon. Palpitoad and Flygon, very, very Shygon. Something. Oh, gosh. Do we just want to get, like, a ground and a grass type? And, like, Kevin can... I think... Okay, Kevin could maybe have... Oh, God. Palpitoad's not very good at Dynamaxing, though. Because it can just set up the rain, which is bad. We don't want it to set up the rain. Like, Serena is, like, not good at battling a Thunderous. It's just there not to die. Ugh, this is annoying. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Part of me is almost wondering is if we even want to necessarily try and aim for, like, turn 4 Dynamax. I don't know. But Gage Jr. sounds like a good account name. Right, acrobatics, that's a good start. And then psychic, that is continuing the good start. Swagger, okay, that's less of a good start. Yeah, it almost feels like some science could be good, actually. No, we'll have to see. Here's the thing, Palpitoad has, like, Scald, yeah, Scald, Earth Power, Bounce, and what did it have, like, Echoed Void? No, it had something else. It depends on what the fourth move is. Right, here's the Max Flare, more like a human hair. But yeah. Oh, chat. Although we don't really have a plan, and I don't really like going into conversation topics when we don't fully have a plan, I was going to say just one thing yesterday. I kind of touched upon this a bit last Friday after I had watched the Pokemon movie, but I'll sort of finish on my point. I'll elaborate on my point and finish it following yesterday's sad news about James Carter Cathcart. One thing I did say was, like, in those earlier episodes, I really liked the original James Eric Stewart in, like, the earlier episodes when the show kind of had more of, like, a sillier vibe to it and stuff like that. When there were, like, more of the jokes and things. You know, more like a nice beam and things like that. But as the show went on, not that it got less funny or whatever, and, like, the Sun and Moon series kind of brought, like, a levity back to the show. But I did sort of say they did sort of do a few more, like, serious things once, like, the voice cast had switched. And I kind of can't really imagine, like, you know, the original Eric Stewart James voice, like, having to do some of the things that the James Carter Cathcart James voice did. Unless we keep the weather ball instead, because Serena's just not very good, is it? But yeah, so maybe if we just get rid of Drifblim for like a ground type, and then we can... Oh yeah, because we do want the Serena for the Palpitoad, don't we? For a ground type. So well done with the double switch, Kevin, because I did want to say that earlier, and then I forgot. Flygon, Palpitoad... Flygon, Palpitoad, Flygon, Palpitoad, Flygon, Palpitoad, Flygon, Palpitoad, Flygon, Palpitoad. I'm gonna go for the Palpitoad because I prefer Palpitoad and I need a shiny Palpitoad. Flygon's just not very good. But I don't know if we're gonna want the Palpitoad to Dynamax is the thing. Persimmon will die a bit too easily to Thunderous. I don't think it really will. I mean, it will struggle again. Like it won't have a great time with Discharge, but it's not like it's weak to it. But yeah, I was gonna say. So what is the Palpitoad? We'll have to look at what the Palpitoad's fourth move is in a second. But that was like one really, great thing about James Carter Cathcart as James, that he... Sorry, I'm going to sneeze in a second. He, like, brought a lot of that, humor to James and stuff and did a good job with it. But I think, like, his real strength was being able to, like, make James do some of those slightly more emotional and serious things, like saying goodbye to Chimecho, or just sort of like that little arc in Black and White when they were a bit more serious and stuff like that. He really excelled in that, and I'm not sure if... Whoa, okay, that was quick. And I'm not sure if, those episodes would have been quite the same if it weren't him instead. So, right. Well done, everyone. It is Echoed Voice. So... Yeah, so I just kind of... And like, because I remember, like, one moment from the earlier episodes where I think it was supposed to, like, portray James as, like, kind of it's supposed to be, like, a badass moment kind of thing. And it kind of showed, like, when Jesse and James first met or whatever, and Jesse's like, I hope I don't have to, like, carry you. And he's like, no one's carried me since my mama. Or something like that. And I think it's supposed to be, like, this sort of, like, cool line, but it still just kind of, sounds a bit sort of goofy. Whereas, but some of those, like, more emotional and serious scenes and stuff like that, he was really good at, and he did really, and I remember he was the one who, like, the James switch was the one that I was the least used to at the very start. Also, should we go for Halucha, because, the Frostmoth can use, like, max Airstream, and that would be really, really good, whereas if it gets hit by a Inferno from the Lampent, that would be really bad, and Octillery just doesn't really have a whole lot anything else to offer either. So yeah, that's my theory, my game theory. But like the James voice was the one that it did sort of take me the longest to get used to, but then I was like, he was really good at it. And then one of the things, like, I sort of said yesterday, a lot of the headlines, sort of announcing his passing, they didn't really talk about, a lot of the headlines didn't sort of talk about the fact that he was basically like the head writer for the show for a long time. But a lot of them didn't really mention that he was Gary, and like that's kind of, in some ways, that's what I would open with. I would sort of say, like, that he was Gary, and he was always Gary, and then he took over for James and Meowth and Professor Oak. Whereas a lot of them were like, oh, he's James and Meowth and Professor Oak, and, and it's like, well, he was, like, he was and always was Gary, like, he's, like, the one and only Gary. I mean, obviously, it's also one of those things as well where, like, you know, there's some people who are very hung up on the fact that the voices got replaced, and obviously for a time, yeah, it was weird, but you know, they ended up doing those voices for like almost 20 years, like and surpassed the original people in terms of episode numbers a long time ago. You know, so say what you want, but the quote unquote new cast ended up doing way more with all those characters than the original cast did. So anyway, yeah, don't understand how people didn't bring up Gary. Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, forgive me, because like the reason why I sort of say about, you know, like, oh, he was always Gary. I want to make it clear, I'm not one of those people who is like, oh, they shouldn't have replaced the voices, the new voices suck and stuff. You know, at the time I was like a bit upset or whatever, you know, but you know, after in like less than a year, I was just like, okay, you know, like this is the way the show's gonna be, and you get to enjoy the people for who they are and what they do. But it's still just oh, so if Palpitoad does have echoed voice, maybe it might just want to build up echoed voices. Actually, no, it could use Scald, because here's the thing. I might use Max Phantasm. I might use Max Phantasm, or I might use one Max Phantasm. I don't know. If I Dynamax. Or you could Dynamax and use a Max Strike. I don't really know. Kevin, if you feel like Dynamaxing's good, you're welcome to do it, but I wouldn't use any water moves, though, is the main thing. That's the thing. And he sort of started as Gary. That's the thing. It's sort of, like, that's the thing. I get why it sort of, yeah, sorry. I do get why it pointed to those others first, but I feel like it really should have mentioned that he was Gary, just because Gary was such, like, an iconic part of, like, the, like a lot of people... You know, there are like a lot of people who probably only watched like the first few years, and they probably have like a really strong like sense of Gary in their mind and stuff like that. Oh, for the love of... Okay, I ain't using the Flare Blitz anymore then. But yeah, okay, I'm going to use Max Phantasm. Nicely done with the Struggle Bug there. But now you can get 100% accurate hurricanes, which is cool. So you can get a guaranteed confusion here if you like. Anyway, Bark. Right, I'm gonna Max Phantasm. But yeah, so he But again, so I wasn't one of those people, or I'm not one of those people who, like, I don't know, never accepted the new cast, because I love them and I've talked about them in the past and everything. But I just sort of, in like, so I mean, I suppose that's kind of testament to how talented he was, because he did so many things, and it's like, well, you can't put all the stuff, like, you know, Gary and James and Meowth and Oak and Writer and stuff like that, or Adapter. You know, it makes for a clumsy headline. But I always just sort of, it's always just a bit confusing if, like, a character has, like, multiple people playing them, multiple voices, and you get a headline that sort of says, like, voice of so-and-so when there's, like, multiple. I always just find that a bit awkward. I also, one thing as well, I always find it awkward when you use the wrong kind of artwork for a character. So if you have a character that has had, like, multiple iterations with multiple voices, it'd be like if you had, like, a Kevin Conroy Batman, but with, like, the Batman piece of art, and it's like, well, that was Rino Romano. So, I don't know. You could Scald now, I think. I think you'd be fine to Scald here now. Right. No, Persimmon, no. Oh, no, and now I'm paralyzed. No. Oh, this sucks. A Max Flare would make Thunder less accurate than normal. That's true. I keep using the echoed voice. Oh, crud. Keep using echoed voice. I'm gonna change to the sun now, okay? I'm gonna try and... Oh, crud. Ugh. I was hoping to get another Max Phantasm in. Okay, here we go. You can use Scald whilst it's still sunny, I guess. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, critical hit. Right, echoed voice. Oh crud, max guys. Oh crud. Oh crud. Dang this paralysis. Oh gosh, this is very bad. Well done with the weather ball though. Right, max flare. I kind of wish I'd used a max phantasm now, because but there we go. Okay. Sorry, this is going badly. But yeah. Okay. Right, now I'll go the max flare, whatever. And then, sorry, this battle's going slow, and I'm just very... Sorry, I hate when I have things that just frazzle my brain. Ugh. Because then I'm just, like, really thrown off for, like, a long time afterwards. How many lives do we have left? Okay, we've still got, like, 2. This is fine. Right, echoed voice. That's... Oh, okay, that did it. Huzzah. Right, well done, everyone. Okay, so Gage, it will actually be your turn now. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Oh, and if you haven't clicked like on the video, now would be an amazing time to do that. Because there's no better time than the present, basically. So yeah. But so I mean, it's always awkward when you have to like list people off or whatever. But yeah. But my thing is, yeah, it's when you have, you know, whether it's like conventions or adverts for classes or like interviews, like say if someone's like, oh, I interviewed this voice actor and they're the voice of this character, but then it uses like the wrong bit of art for that character, that just like really bothers me, because it almost feels like you're like lying if you use like, you know, again, I'm just trying to think of like different things. If you're like interviewing like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle or something, and you say, oh, this person's played a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but it was like in some, you know, sort of slightly smaller project or whatever, that's still cool, that's still legit. But you can't use like the 1990s Turtle picture, or the 2003 Turtles picture, or the Nick 2012 Turtles picture, or Rise of the TMNT. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to use, like, if someone voiced a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, you have to get the actual, like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that they played, like, including the series. You can't just Google, like, Michelangelo and be like, oh, there's a Michelangelo. It's like, no, you have to get, like, the Michelangelo that they played on that picture, because that just feels like lying or misleading people if you say that. So anyway, Bark. Right, so Serena is not shiny. Palpitoad, oh, is not shiny. I need shiny Palpitoad though. I like Palpitoad. I like that family. Right, Hawlucha, don't be shiny. I've got one of you. But you know who I don't have? The slightly purple Thunderous. Yeah, exactly. Like if it's like the wrong skin or it's like, no, I did it in this game and you're referencing an anime or whatever. Like exactly. So right, Serena, Palpitoad, Hawlucha, and the not slightly purple Thunderous, the regular Thunderous. Right, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. That sucks. So, a modest Serena and some kind of sassy Palpitoad. Oh, a modest Hawlucha. Doop doop. And a careful Thunderous. I am gonna go with the Palpitoad, I guess. I mean, they're all terrible. But we do kind of have a girl team, except for the Thunderous. It's also just poor journalism. That's what I mean. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of like, can you not like, you know, if you're sort of like, can you not be bothered to just do like a little bit of like figuring out kind of thing? Just scratch a little bit beyond the surface. That's all I'm asking. So would you like us to keep a record of where you found Thunderous? Yes. But yeah, so but I've seen that with like the Turtles loads and stuff like that, where they put like the wrong turtle, and it's like, and I just think that's like misleading. because people, if someone sort of sees that and like, oh, I watched, like, if someone like grew up on like say 2003 Turtles, but they didn't really watch like the original, you know, it could be like, oh, were you the voice of that turtle? It's like, no, you know, whatever. It's like, again, it's just different. They're like different Spider-Men, you know, like if someone put like the 1990 Spider-Man on a Josh Keaton poster, it's like, no, he was the spectacular Spider-Man. He has been other Spider-Men in other projects and stuff like that. Pick one of those, but don't assign one to him that he didn't do, and vice versa. Don't give the spectacular to anyone else other than Josh. So yeah, anyway. The voice of Leonardo, and then uses the 87 render, but you talk about Ben Schwartz. Exactly. That's the kind of, yeah, exactly. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That's just like really, that just really bothers me because it just feels a bit, again, I mean, one, it's wrong, but it also feels like it could be like a bit misleading or whatever. Like, I don't know. Now, obviously, someone's not necessarily going to think that like Ben Schwartz was like a 2003 or 87 turtle or whatever. Like, he would have been like too young or whatever. But still, it's just one of those things where, but like for other example, but you know, that's like a more like say egregious example. But there are some where it's like a person feasibly could have played like either of those, or it's just or it just confuses things and muddies the water, and you know, credit people where people are due, and don't, you know, give someone else's credit to someone else. Right. Anyway, So let's so Gage, you're up, right? And then Kevin, you can't do Kartana. So do we want to have like Onlara, Kieran, and Gage for this one? Does that sound good? Does that make sense? Or, well, I suppose I should check. Is there anyone else who can do a Kartana? But I suppose I should, yeah, let me just ask. But is there anyone who can do Kartana? Let's just figure out if that team is good. If I didn't just say your name, please still post in the chat, okay? I'm just working on an assumption that no one new has come here. Oh, Kevin, do you want to have a chance at 3 shinies instead of 4? But yeah, so we could have like, okay, thank you, Kevin. So let's have like Gage, let's have Kevin, and let's have Onlara, and then we'll anyway embark upon this Dynamax adventure. So let's say Thunderous Kartana. Okay, so let's go here. Let's go 07110253. But yeah, so you guys know this. Fire is super duper amazing. Fighting is okay, but special over physical is the way to go here. And watch out for Leaf Blade, and that's about it. Okay, so yeah. Just trying to think. I'm gonna go with Pincurchin because of the terrain in Spain, mostly on the plains. Cherrim's amazing, because it can set up the sun and use fire. So that's something. Wheezing has flamethrower. Okay, this is okay. This is doable. We can have Cherrim set up the sun and Wheezing use max flat. It works. Oh, there is a Colossal. Oh, okay, we got Colossal. Okay, with one. But let's see what with what is the fire Morpeko. Talon. Oh, there's Talonflame as well. Oh, this is insane. Okay. Does Gage want to have the Colossal? No, hang on, what am I thinking? Sorry, does Gage want to have the Talonflame? Sorry, I meant Gage switch first. Sorry. Does Gage want to have Talonflame and switch first? And then, although I know Talonflame's not very good against... Talonflame isn't very good against Colossal, but the thing is, I have Hydro Pump, which is really good for Colossal, whereas Cryogonal is terrible against Colossal. So that's my theory, my Gage theory. Oh yeah, Gage could double swap, yes. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, because if you had a more Peko Gage, that could be good. I tell you what, can I set up the rain? No. I tell you what, I'm gonna use a Max Lightning, and I'm gonna tell you why. With the terrain up and everything, a Max Lightning might be about the same power, and then this allows Cherim to like set up the Sunny Day. I'm hoping you still use Sunny Day, but I've probably communicated all this far too late. But if Cherim sets up the sun, then that powers us up, and it means that I don't have to hinder you guys. Oh gosh, that's not great. Yes, the sun! Here comes the sun. But yes. Okay, so there's the sun. And then Weezing's using Strange Steam, more like a Strange Beam. And then here's the Max Lightning. This won't do a ton, but it'll still do a lot. Look, that did a good amount. For a move that's like not very effective, that did a lot. Okay. And then this time we can like Solar Beam and Ice Beam and Strange Steam and all the beams. All the beams. Strange Steam, Ice Beam, Solar Beam. So there we go. Does anyone remember how in the anime May's Skitty used Assist and then it used a Solar Beam? And then they were like, whoa, Skitty just used Solar Beam. But whose move is it? And then like May's, I think it's like May's mum is like, do you think it's this Munchlax's move? And they don't like think about her Bulbasaur. They're like, instead of thinking, does May's Bulbasaur know Solar Beam? They're like, does Munchlax know Solar Beam? I mean, it was Munchlax, but still. I feel like they could have come up with a better move. Where it's like only Munchlax could have learned it. But anyway, Bark. So that's a very specific reference to like 2 decades ago or something. But still. But yes, Cryogonal is going to switch. Oh, actually, no. I was thinking, I know this sounds a bit weird. I know I have Hydro Pump, but what if I switched for the Talonflame? Because, like, Morpeko is going to be better at Dynamaxing against the Colossal compared to Talonflame. Like, it might be better if we have a Morpeko Dynamaxing against Colossal. I would rather have Morpeko Dynamax against Colossal than having, like, Talonflame Dynamax against it. And I know it's like, oh, we could, like, skip Dynamax or whatever, but I don't think having a non-stab Hydro Pump is particularly worth it. Skitty, use Solar Beam, but May doesn't have a grass type. And then Bulbasaur cries in the background. That's what I mean, like, I'm sure there's, like, some move they could have given it where it would have been like, what? None of May's Pokemon know that move. It's like, does Munchlax know? That must mean Munchlax knows it. I mean, it was a clever and fun, it was a really clever and fun idea. Great bit of, like, continuous storytelling. But, still. Still a double switch, but yes. So, like, keep your more... Like, basically, I'll take the Talonflame, you take the Colossal, instead of the other way around. Because... That's the thing, we've already got, like, Cherim Dynamaxing against Talonflame. Do we really want to have Talonflame Dynamax against Colossal? I just think... I just think that's kind of like not really worth it. Imagine something like a Clefairy using Metronome in the anime and getting like crazy like Raw Tire or something. I mean, they did it a few times where it's like, oh, crazy move, but yeah. Oh, Hurricane, you came in like a hurricane, but it missed. It missed. Oh, whoa, that was powerful. Was that crit? Nope. Wow, that was just that powerful. Right, here's the max strike. More like get on your bike. Okay. There we go. Speed down, and then clear smog. To lower, well, stat changes were removed, including that speed down. And then here we go. My thunder missed, because of course it did. That actually happened with your bat with Whitney in Soul Silver. Oh no, because Soul Silver has like so many more moves. That's the thing, Aura... Well, isn't Aura Wheel 100 and... I think it might be 110. We'll have a look in a sec. I think it's 110. Which is even more insane. But yeah. Well, hang on. Let's do a little bit of quick maths. Isn't Strange Steam like 90... I want to say Strange Steam is like 90 base power, right? So wouldn't a Strange Steam actually be more power? Isn't Clear Smog only 40? And then half of 90 would be 45? So wouldn't a Strange Steam still actually and technically be more powerful? Again, I might be wrong, because I might not be remembering the numbers correctly. But if those are the numbers, then I think that would be correct. Ooh, okay, so yeah, here's Colossal, more like a no-lossal. Oh, 90 power, 90 action. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think you're right, Gage. I think you're right that it's like 90-90. And Clear Smog is like 40, 100. I don't know, I wasn't paying that much attention. Fair enough. Again, this didn't matter. This is just, basically, the reason I say this, right, it doesn't matter now, but maybe in a future battle it could. Like, if we're lowering a Pokemon's stats, we don't want to be using Clear... Like, say if we were using, like, Acid Spray or something, and then we also had Clear Smog, it's like, well, we wouldn't want to be getting rid of the Acid Spray, you know? So, that's the only reason I ask. This isn't me, like, laying into you and being like, how dare you? You know, like... Sabotage our battle. Oh no, it's 50. Never mind. It is more powerful, only marginally. 110 for Aura Wheel. So okay. Anyway, Bark. I am gonna go with a Hurricane here. I know it's like, but you have Steel Wing. But it's like, yeah, but I'm on a roll with these inaccurate moves. And plus, like, I get the speed boost from the Gale Wings, and if it hits, I get guaranteed confusion. So. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe Clear Smog like used to be 40. I don't know, but it's 50. So there you go. Okay, so here we go. Also, did my Hurricane just miss? Really? You go for Max Darkness. Good. That's what I was thinking, because we have a load of like special moves here. Oh, how funny. The sunny day doesn't really boost our physical as much, but that's funny. But we get, yeah, and then we can go for like Dark Pulse Max Darkness, and then yeah. So this is all good. This is all good. Strange Steam, more like a Strange Beam. Oh, Smoke Screen. Don't you dare use it on Talonflame. Dang it. I wasn't wrong about it. I was correct about it. That's the whole point. Right, okay. Max Darkness. That was the one move I did get right. All the others I got wrong. But I suppose there's an irony in that, maybe. Right, Morpeko losing health or whatever. Solar Beam. And Bo misses again. What's new? I know. I am determined to hit a Hurricane, okay? Right, Flamethrower. Oh, crud. No! Oh my gosh! This thing can one-hit me with, like, rock moves. I will just say Strange Steam is definitely better than Flamethrower. No, Tailwind is pointless at this point, because Tailwind is pointless because it's already going to be faster. Oh, here we go, here we go. Talonflame's going down. Here it comes. No, Cherim. Okay. Oh gosh, are we going to beat this in 3 turns? I'm a bit concerned we're not going to be able to beat this in like 3 turns. We really needed like Solar Beam and Hurricane to hit, didn't we? Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, that does remove the speed, I guess. But oh, well, this doesn't matter. We've got like a load of fire types. It's fine. But yeah, Strange Steam, Hurricane. Oh, does Hurricane have less accuracy in the sun? Maybe it does. I don't know. I'm hitting one of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. Is this cheer feeble or great? Our accuracy increased. No. Okay, fine. Right, Strange Steam. Come on. No. Oh, crud. The Clear Smog removed the special defense down. But we still used Aura Wheel. It worked out in the end. Okay. Okay. That was close. That actually could... Given how many turns that lasted, that actually could have been so much worse. Thank goodness it just decided to smoke screen. 50% accurate in harsh sunlight. Oh. Okay, so was I operating on, like, 25% accuracy because of the... smoke screens, and then 50%. Okay, and then it was a set. So I was probably operating at like 15 to 20% accuracy there. Okay, but yeah, I'm Dynamaxing now. Unfortunately, Talonflame isn't very strong. It's not going to be able to like one-shot this Kartana. But if we Sunny Day and if we Flamethrower and if we or other Flamethrower, it'll all be good. So there we go. Right, Kartana, here we go. And then we'll move on to the wild card. Okay, here we go. Right, Dynamax Energy. Flamethrower or Max Flare, here we go. You were one shot. If Absol can do... Well, no, Talonflame... I don't know, like... Talonflame, like... We did it once before and Talonflame couldn't. And in fairness, I forgot to... You know, I didn't check the nature on this. But, like, Talonflame... We'll need to check Talonflame's special attack stat. I don't think it's very good. I don't think this is, like... Colossal, where it turns out its other attack stats actually pretty good. Ow. Okay, wow, Wheezing did that much? Well then why couldn't Talonflame? I'm very confused. Okay, well done everyone. That was anticlimactic. So, well done. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars! Let's do this thing. It's nice when you have like 3 fire type or 2 fire types, a fire user, and then a pseudo fire user. So, stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Well done, Team 3. I'm smiling with glee, despite being frazzledy. Tomorrow is the Hisuian Lilligant Day. I will probably be out for a long time because of that. So. Normally I'd only do like a few or whatever, but I'm like doing some other stuff as well. Oh yeah, how did everyone get on with Komodo in Scarlet and Violet? 7-star Komodo? Let's see, Morpeko is a no. Talonflame is also not shiny. Colossal is also not shiny. But will we get, and this would be a great time to get one, the Silver Thinged Kartana? No. Dang. This is getting very annoying. No sparkles there, no sparkles there, no sparkles there, and no sparkles there. Oh, that had special attack down. That sucks. Oh, here we go. The Gentle Talonflame. Oh, its special attack's actually pretty even. Deep and crisp and even. Okay, never mind. And then there you go. Docile? Docile! I guessed correct. Okay. So I am... Who am I going to go with? Oh, wait, you were gentle as well? I didn't even pay attention to that. Well, then I'm going with this terrible Morpeko. Why not? Can we do Kyogre to get rid of this route? This drought. Very funny. Very good. Right. Okay. Yeah, Latios and Latias are going to be in the max raid soon in Pokemon Go. Okay, so chat, can we just figure out what the wildcard situation is? Maybe Buzzwole or something? Let's figure out. But can you do strike the number of times you've played, and then let me know, out of Nihilego, Buzzwole, Celesteela, and or Stack Attacker, let me know which ones are your tickets, and then in brackets afterwards, let me know which others you can do, okay? So strike, number of times you played, let me know which of those 4 you have as tickets, and then of whatever is left over, then let me know what you can do. Ready, set, bow, all that lovely stuff. Let's go. And we'll get on with the show. Yeah, Groudon would just add to the drought. It's a 3DS era Groudon. It's Desolate Land. Right, no tickets. Buzzwole, Celesteela. Buzzwole, Celesteela. And then... Okay. Sorry. Hang on, let me just check my phone. I might have that newsletter. I do have my newsletter. Okay, there we go. Right, chat, my lovely chat. No, not at all. I hate the insinuation of like yawning. I've talked about this before on streams, but I hate the insinuation of you have Nihilego. Okay, well that means you can't say strike if you're busy. Remember, and that is something I really do want to. This was kind of one of the things I added to the rules the other day, actually a little bit, where it was kind of like, you know, but when I talk about like, please make sure you are available for if you've signed up for a Dynamax adventure, like please make sure you're available for it. But when I say like make sure you're available for it, please do make sure you are available for like, you know, like the whole thing. Like I understand sometimes people have emergencies, you have to go, but if you have any sense that you might not be able to do the whole thing, please don't like sign up to them, because we've had like multiple incidents recently where people have like begun a Dynamax adventure and then needed to leave like after a couple of rounds, and it's just really annoying. And it does also mean you're like taking a spot from someone else, like someone else could have played, and instead you're giving like two battles to like a computer instead of like 4 battles to a human. So okay, so Kevin and Kevin and Onlara. What? How about this for a plan? Kevin and Onlara, why don't we do a Celesteela? Because Kieran can't join us, and if we're only going to have 2 people, why don't we do something Kieran can't do, and then we'll have to play with a computer, and you know that's that at the end of the day. But yeah, why don't we do Celesteela, and then like Kevin can host Celesteela. We'll have to hope we can have a good computer. But then what we can do is anything goes. But then we can But then we can do... So, Kieran, this isn't me, like, having a go at you in this instance. Like, you didn't, like, commit to a Dynamax adventure or anything. But I did just want to outline that with, like, you know, that is one of the things about the rule changes where it's kind of like, you know, when you guys say strike, please make sure you are, like... that you can, you know, like, it's annoying when people say strike, and then when it's one thing that's annoying when people have said, like, strike, I can play that, and then when it's like, okay, it's your turn now, they've, like, ghosted us, and it's like, you know, you only had to wait, like, 20 minutes, like, you know, or whatever, but again, like, you can, you know, and if you had an issue with that, if you were like, oh, well, I'm not here in 20 minutes, it's like, well, then say that, you know, but yeah, we have had multiple people, like, leave during an adventure, not just disconnects, but, like, having to leave, and it's very important to not do that. So, okay. Kevin's got the code up. It's 0711 and then 0907. That's 0711 0907. And let's do this thing, shall we? So, should we, if we all just select ready to battle, does that mean we can just go, I guess? Unless there's someone secretly watching. Oh, there we go, okay. So, it's like a Skarmory, fire and electric are the way to go here. So just pick whatever is kind of, you think, going to be best. Like, a Scavalier does have Razor Shell, which is a pretty good move for a Celesteela, like, lower the defense stat. Poliwrath, maybe we could have, like, a bit of a rain team, Poliwrath and a Scavalier or something like that. Emolga is an Emolga. Aurorus, pick Aurorus. Yes, Noah, you did it. You did it, Noah. Noah has a lucky 7. He does. He does today. Okay, we've got Gastrodon. Gastrodon's not bad, although it would be hard for us to defeat is the only thing. Let's see what we've got here. Ordino does have Flamethrower, so we might want to go for Ordino because of Flamethrower. And then there's Rhydon. Oh, Rhydon has Smackdown. We could do Smackdown strats. And then there's a Stunfisk, and it's the Unovan Stunfisk. So, no, we definitely want to go to the right here. For the love of Nelly, I hope we've gone to the right. Okay. Now, the only question is, who do we switch for whom? I'm thinking maybe if Onlara had the Rhydon... I think Onlara's probably not going to be Dynamaxing. It's probably going to be Kevin. So maybe we don't want Rhydon to be the Dynamaxer, but we would want Stunfisk to be the Dynamaxer. Because Stunfisk could still use electric moves. So maybe we could have like a Dynamaxing Stunfisk. And then, hang on. Maybe we could have like a Dynamaxing, if we had a Dynamaxing Stunfisk, and then we have like Emolga in backup, and then we could have like Rhydon use the Smackdown. We definitely need to make sure a human has Rhydon. Exactly. But that's it. So, and here's the thing: if we switch for both Rhydon and Stunfisk, the only thing we have to sort of quote-unquote worry about Noah doing is picking this Ordino. But like, that actually wouldn't be a bad thing, because Flamethrower is still fine. It's going to have Flamethrower and Life Dew, which, you know, if it uses either of those moves, that's probably not a bad thing. So, Jupiter, hello, welcome. Oh, here's the Max Flare. Watch out, Orbeetle. No! No! Okay, that actually didn't do very much, though. Orbeetle has really good special defense, doesn't it? So, it's actually not a problem. Oh, okay, Thunder Wave. That's not bad. I can tolerate that. Razor Shell, more like raise some hell. Although the sun is now up, so we ain't gonna be able to utilize any more of that. But we can use Fury Cutter and acrobatics and everything. This should be pretty good now, I would say. We should be able to beat this in 3 turns. I hope. Max Gravitas. That really isn't doing very much damage, though, is it? Drill. Okay. Nice. Okay, so hopefully... Oh, gosh. Flamethrower, hang in there. hopefully we beat this turn. This is a little bit closer to the wire than I would have liked. I won't lie. Right, acrobat. Oh, okay, there we go. The crit. Okay, I think we've won. I keep forgetting that increasing gravity makes moves more accurate. Yes, basically ground. Oh. Ground Pokemon. I guess in theory, we've never really thought of this strategy. This would have helped maybe during like Thunderous and other Pokemon. I guess if we have an Orbeetle Dynamaxing, that would be tantamount to having a Rhydon on the team. And it has really good special defense, so it can easily survive a Thunderous. Have we literally never thought of this strategy? I know we've said about Dusclops, like doesn't Dusclops have gravity or whatever, but like I don't think we've ever talked about using Orbeetle for like Thunderous and Zapdos and Rhydon and stuff. Okay, yeah, Noah's gonna switch, that's fine. What kind of nurse uses fire on their patients? Okay, so Rhydon for Onlara, and then Stunfisk for Kevin. And then that should be pretty good. I think, anyway. Dusclops does have gravity, yeah. So, I think we had talked about gravity for, like, Zapdos and Thunderous in the past, but I don't think we've ever talked about Orbeetle. Melanie! Hi! Welcome. Lovely to see you. Happy Friday. Okay, I am going to use acrobatics because it's all I've got. If I need to use endure, I will try and use it on the next turn, but I'm not going to use it on like turn 1. But here we go. Right. Okay, Thunderbolts and Lightning. Escavel is frightening me. Well, no, it shouldn't be really. Right, acrobatics. Okay, that actually did more than I thought, to be honest. Psychic, special defense down. No. Life do. Honestly, actually, that might be the best thing it could have done, to be honest. It has Draining Kiss. It's Draining Kiss or Life do. Life do. Okay, the scary face. So okay, Orbeetle is slower now, that kind of sucks. But here's the Max Geyser, show me Potato Geyser. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. Right, I'm gonna acrobatics again. I know it could KO me, I am worried about this, but I just want to make sure we, like, get this thing KO'd. Life do. Does it do more in the rain? The answer is no. I don't think it does. Right, HP, full HP. Psychic, special defense down. Nope. The scary face. Okay, don't know why, and I don't know why it keeps going for Kevin. Well, no, I do. It's Kevin. But still, that's funny that even non-damaging moves, they aim for Kevin. Let's see what we've got. Come on, please let us get the KO. Yes! Alright. Nice shot. Okay, well done, everyone. So Rhydon is weak. We're gonna throw a Pokeball now. And then we'll see how the rest of this all goes. Oh yeah, Komodo. I said about Komodo. Did anyone do the Komodo? How'd they find it? I sort of teamed up with Michelle, but we had issues because basically she didn't really have anything that could like immediately. It was just sort of like she didn't really have a load of good options for like surviving the Komodo, whereas I kind of like did. So Stunfisk. And then, like, I had Pokemon that were good damage dealers and that could kind of, like, heal themselves, whereas, like, Michelle kind of didn't. But then we did realize she had a Pokemon that would work, but it was after she had to go, so she like soloed it today. But and I managed to solo it myself afterwards. But that's it's one of these Stunfisks. Oh, okay. So so I was wrong about the shape of that. I really need to get these shapes for these guys more in my head. So here's my theory, my game theory. If we... Okay. This is, This is, like, kind of awkward, actually. Oh, no, actually, no, it's not. Stunfisk can use Metal Sound on turn 1, and then it will be able to use Max Quake on turn 2, won't it? So, no, this is fine, actually. This is fine. At first, I thought, oh, you'll have to use, like, a Max Lightning, and then you could use more Max Lightning or Max Quake. But actually, if you just use a Metal Sound on 1 and then a Max Quake on turn 2, after the Smackdown, you'll be fine. So, this isn't a problem. Oh, presto! Welcome back. Right, drill. There we go. Very nice. Indeed, indeed. Right, terrain pulse. Ah, crap. I wish I could set up a terrain, but I can't. But here's the thing. If I felt this was going to take 2 turns, I wouldn't have, like, bothered Dynamaxing, but I just wanted to make sure that, like, we were definitely, like, okay here. Yeah, if Ordino could use Flamethrower, that would be helpful. Special defense down. I'm going to keep saying it until it happens. Okay, there we go. There's the Flamethrower. More like a Flamethrower. Although, why is this thing so bulky? I am genuinely concerned about the power of this Stunfisk. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Right. Max Airstream. More like a Max Airstream. Can I get a crit? Good if I got a crit. And Noah, you better use Flamethrower again, old buddy, old pal. He probably won't though. Psychic. Special defense down, and then Flamethrower. Oh, please Flamethrower, Ordino. Please Flamethrower. No! He flamed through the battle. No. This is fine as long as we, like, KO it on the next turn. This is actually still fine. And this could crit. For a KO, but no. Someone take away Noah's nursing license. Is he a nurse? No. I guess the Ordino is. Because isn't there like a nurse character though in this mode? He's just a kid. Right. Okay. Acrobatics. Come on, Kadej. Oh. Okay. We got it. We got it. Well done, everyone. So catch Pokeball. But yeah, I actually ended up soloing it with my Magearna, but then today I actually did the Komodo again. Because I wanted to try out a different strategy that I'd kind of thought about, and then I saw someone online do it. I was like, yeah, I want to try that. And it was the skill swap Slowbro. I almost said Slowking. But yes, Slowbro. And if you have an although I actually think Slowking could have been better, to be honest. But yes, this is fine. Yeah. Okay. No, Kevin. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, Max, oh, yeah, because you're now Dynamaxing, yeah. So, yeah, if you are able to Dynamax right away, yes, use a Max Darkness and then a Max Quake. Because then that will work quite nicely as well. And it'll basically be kind of the same as the plan where you would have had to have waited for a turn to Dynamax anyway, so it kind of works out about the same, doesn't it? There aren't a whole load of people here today, presto. Just a heads up, so I don't know if there's going to be any Giratina people. A lot of people do show up mostly at, like, the beginning and the middle of the stream, whereas we are kind of, like, heading towards the end now, so... But no harm in asking, but, they're only doctors. I thought they were male nurses. But okay, so here's Stunfisk. Turns out Rhydon is slower than a single point. Oh, really? Oh, dang. So if Rhydon were faster than you with 1 point, you could just start with the max quakes immediately then. Okay, that's interesting. Right, here's Earthquake. Does do some okay damage. Not much. That really isn't that powerful, though. And then we got the Life Dew anyway, which is going to, like, basically heal it all off. That's quite funny. How much does that heal? Is that only is that a quarter, or I guess that's maybe a quarter? Okay, max darkness. Nicely done, and then that should get some special defense down. And then will there's a smackdown on you? And then there we go. So Celesteela has fallen down to the ground. Be nice if there's some kind of animation or symbolism of that or whatever. But anyway, Bark, here we go. Rising voltage, more like a rising voltage. And then, oh, it's going for more Earthquake, more Cowbell. Okay. Kadurge, Ordino, you know what to do. Oh, now you use your flamethrower. It's not going to do that next time. Actually, no, maybe because of the metal sound. That's why it did it. All right, here's the max quake. More like a deep fake. Very well done. We get a nice special defense up if it does decide to use flash cannon in a minute. So that's good. Oh, Kaz, hello. Drill run. Do you schedule your streams? I do, yeah. So every once in a while I might schedule them a bit late, but I do usually schedule them the day before. Like usually as soon as I finish a stream, I will then schedule the next one. So, right, Celesteela's weak. So everyone, well done. Very nice. Stars and sparkles, sparkles and stars. Get those emojis in. Well done, Team 3. I'm smiling with glee. And let's find out. Let's find out if we got a shiny, and then we move on to Team 5. Kevin, are you gonna be around for this, or do you need to go? Because I was thinking maybe we could do Buzzwole. If you were around, we could have you host Buzzwole. We're very early today, so I'm kind of hoping maybe you could host Buzzwole. Otherwise, we'll do like Nihilego or something. But Ordino is an Ordino. Rhydon is, you can't spell Rhydon without no. Stunfisk, you can't spell Stunfisk without new. But will we get the white bamboo Celesteela? No. Oh, that sucks. Let's have a quick look. No sparkles there. No sparkles there. No sparkles there. Oh, there it is. The gentle Ordino. Ooh, a quiet. Oh, so quiet. Then lonely as hell. Okay, so lonely for the thingy-majig and mild for the Celesteela. Okay, I'm going to, I guess, get the lonely Stunfisk. Is that really what I'm going for here? The answer is yes. So there we go. No shinies for everyone? Dang, okay. So, okay, chat. If we have Kevin hosting a Buzzwole, and if we have Presto join us for a Buzzwole, hang on. So if we're doing a Buzzwole, who here can do a Buzzwole? Let me know, strike the number of times you played, and if you can do a Buzzwole. I imagine it's going to just be Kieran, but I could be wrong. Like, I imagine this would be Kevin, Kieran, and Presto, but yeah. Oh, so Presto, the next time I'm streaming is going to be on Sunday. So like 2 p.m. So right now it's 3:30 Pacific time. Well, it's a bit afterwards, but you know what I mean. It's 3:30 Pacific time. I stream at 2 p.m. So like if you take away an hour and a half from now, that's when I stream. So if you're around at that time, if you take away an hour and a half from right now, and then you say that on Sunday, if you're around on Sunday, that's usually when we have the most people watching us. And that's where you might have the best chance at finding some people to do Giratina with. And if you're there right at the start, and if you remind me that, like, I'll do a Giratina with any backup people, we can maybe try and work around that and get you, like, a Giratina team going. But Presto, are you able to fight a Buzzwole? You don't have to be able to host it, but, oh, okay, you're in the UK. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, so basically I stream at like 10 p.m. your time. So if you're around at 10 p.m. on Sunday, that's probably going to be your best bet for a Giratina. But okay, so if you're okay for doing a Buzzwole, then and Kier. Okay, so let's just have Kevin give us a code in a second, and then we'll have Kieran, and then we'll have and Presto. And then that will make for the final team for today. So, okay. So let's make sure on the Ycom we are connected to the internet. We'll make sure we talk to the nice scientist lady. And then we'll say that anything is fine. And then we'll save the game. And then we'll press the link code button. And then we'll wait for Kevin. Who has already put in a code. 0711 0927. And there we go. Ready, set, bow. Right, Kevin, Bo, say yo. And then we just need Presto. Whoa, that was very quick. Okay, so Buzzwole, it's like a Heracross. It's fighting and it's bug, which means it's super duper weak to flying. And then it's also weak to fairy, fire, and psychic. But psychic's like a little bit of a, like Mr. Mime is better than Malamar. And Claydol is better than Malamar. A lot of things are better than Malamar, because Malamar is ×4 weak to bug. And shout out to Ghost and Poison for, like, resisting Buzzwole really well. Although Skuntank does have Acid Spray and Burning Jealousy. Doesn't have as good a resistance, but it does have, like, that Acid Spray. Like, Acid Spray and Skuntank. And the funny thing is, we may not even need to Dynamax. If you've got Acid Spray, you don't even really need to Dynamax. But let's see what we've got, shall we? If we find a nice flying type for Presto, then that's even better. But okay, Rock and Dragon, Ghost, and Sandslash, Sneasel. I'm not seeing anything that, like, can fly. I'm inclined to go to the right for some reason, though. Because Boldor could be a pain. I don't know. You didn't pick. No, that was a tough one. I don't think there's really... I just don't really think there's, like, anything here much to it. Like, I didn't really see any, like, fire types, I don't think. I think there was, like maybe some psychic or psychic users. But yeah, that was just a bit of a... I don't know, that was just a bit of a funny old thing, but I think we already have a good team. If we, like, Acid Spray with Skuntank, if we, like, Acid Spray and then attack with, like, special attacks, then we're, like, really good here. You went right because you're ice. And that sounds nice! So yeah. Can't believe it's been a week since I watched the Pokemon movie already. Top middle has fire. Oh, does it now? Okay, we'll have a look at that in a sec then. Because if we can get Presto a fire type that, like, can Dynamax, then I would rather that than the Skuntank, but... Right, Max Hailstorm. More like a Max Failstorm. Might have used Night Slash because Malamar has a better physical attack. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. I mean, my default for Malamar is Night Slash. I only use Expanding Force if I'm, like, against something with a really good defense, or if it's super effective. Okay, Max Flutter, bye. Don't you dare do it on Malamar. He did it on Malamar. Okay, ×4 super effective. That's not great. Okay, the evil Malamar has been defeated. Whatever happened to that Malamar? the anime just had this like the most evil Malamar in all of history, and then he just kind of vanished, and they never talked about it. It's like, okay, but that Malamar was like really evil. Okay, I'm gonna Psychic again. It's mime time. Is what they say in Xenoblade Chronicles Pokemon Edition. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Is the Chiffy Bull great? It's great! And its defense, that's actually pretty good. Although, I was going to say, that would have helped Malamar, but no it wouldn't, because it would have made its defense even worse. So, here we go. Max Hailstorm, more like a Max Failstorm. Kadoosh, very nice. Team 5, very nice. There we go. I'm just thinking, chat, are we like less than a week away from having the first 3D Donkey Kong of the 21st century release on Nintendo Switch 2? Because the game is out really soon, isn't it? I think it is out like next week. That's kind of wild. Kind of lost track of that one, didn't I? And then we've got, and then isn't there like a Pokemon Presents at like the end, like towards the end of the month in like the 20s or so of July? Oh, I don't think we wanted the Fracture. Did we? No, we didn't want the Fracture. I'm inclined to go for the Sand. Oh gosh. No. Oh, I don't know. This is tough. I'm just gonna go for the Sand Castle because maybe we Presto could Science. Breaking Swipe lowers attack. Yeah, but we don't need to lower attack. We needed the Acid Spray. Yeah, lowering attack is no good against a Palisand. Let's hope for something good. Oh, no, that's worse. Oh crud. Okay, so out of the frying pan into the fire. It's okay though. We can still work with. We can still salvage this. You never had any science, Kieran. Okay, Palisand. Okay. No, it's okay, Presto. It's just like Skuntank was really, really good. It was amazing against Sandy. Yes, Palisand and Sandslash. So like we just really did not want to get rid of that. Luckily, I can use Max Mindstorm, and that can like. Oh, and then Malamar's got super effective here. So I was going to say, like, Expanding Force will do more damage, but Malamar just has, like, Night Slash here. And then I can use the Terrain, and then Mr. Mime's got a super effective. Mr. Mime, though, may want to switch to Psychic, though, after this, because it actually might be more... After the Terrain is set up, Psychic could be more powerful than Icy Wind. I would try a Psychic once the Terrain is up just to see how much damage it does. Did somebody say Salvage? I know, I didn't get to make that joke. I am sorry we went for Palisand, which I know that Toxtricity can't do anything against this, but one, there was the science. Well, you know, I can't remember. Anyway, the point is the thing is, Sandslash, we would have had a way harder time against Sandslash. I don't really have anything for Sandslash. Neither does Malamar, neither does Mr. Mime. Whereas with Palisand, we actually do have, like, you know, a couple of super effective moves, and I have something, so... right, Psychic. Okay, that was about the same, but you get that. Tearful Look. This is still helpful, look. This is still helpful. It's lowering that attack. So this is actually fine. And then that does more because of the Terrain and because of the crit. And then Night Slash, more like a Photo Slash. I wonder if Expanding Force might, because I think Palisand has really good physical defense. I would be curious about an Expanding Force next time. Although, I mean, it might be too late now, but nevertheless, I think it could still be good. Okay, and then Psychic. Oh yeah, hang on. Let's have a look at what this this fire type that's in the final row, shall we? Yeah, let's have a look at which way we're going. If there is a fire type, and it does have a good fire move, we can, like, totally go for that. And then we can... And then we can make a decision, but... Oh, although if there is a fire type, maybe Pika... Oh, Presto, do you want to switch for the Palisand? If there's a fire type, Palisand is good against a fire type. Better than Toxtricity. So you actually might want to switch here. Because, like, Palisand is, like, actually pretty nifty for a fire type. Yeah, so we're going to have you... Maybe the plan is for Presto to do, like, a bajillion switches here. I am trusting Kevin's intel here. Oh, it's Heatmore. That's actually really good. Okay, let's go for a Heatmore then. Perfect. I mean, I would argue Skuntank was still better than Fracture for the final boss, because Buzzwole has really good physical defense, whereas Skuntank had Acid Spray and Burning Jealousy. And Burning Jealousy is really good against Buzzwole, because, well, I mean, you would have been Dynamaxing anyway, but, well, actually, no, you might not have, because Acid Spray. But, like, Burning Jealousy is really good against Buzzwole, because it likes boosting its stats with Power-Up Punch, and just with the Beast Boost ability. So, so basically, also, I just picked the weaker move. I had a whole discussion about specifically Claydol the other day, and I just picked the weaker move. So if we don't beat this in 3 turns, I apologize. But yeah, Heatmore will work really nicely. So basically, Presto, if you then switch your Palisand for Heatmore, and then you Dynamax it, that'll be really good. And then the only other main thing, again, sorry to, like, say this, but I do just want to say this out loud. Don't forget that, obviously, Heatmore does have 2 moves, 2 fire moves. One is physical, one is special. When you do Dynamax, do just obviously make sure you are using your special attack fire move and not your physical. So make sure that whatever Overheat is, your 5 PP max move, that's the one you go with, and then that's like the only thing. That's like the only like hurdle that Heatmore has to clear. Basically, just selecting the right type of fire move. Like, it's really great against Heatmore, but it's better to use the special attack and not the physical. Right, Psychic, nice. So Presto got to switch every round. Basically, and with the Scientist. So yeah, basically just at every opportunity, Presto will be switching, which I love. That's kind of fun. So nicely done, everyone. Nicely done. Yeah, so Overheat is the special attack move. Like, I think Fire Lash is like physical and has 10 PP. Overheat is special and has 5 PP. So they are easy to tell apart, but, you know, sometimes you can, you know, sometimes people have just been like, oh, Max Flare, and it's like, well, Fire Lash has 15 PP, so yeah. So yeah, just make sure you do the Max Flare on the Overheat. And then that's basically the only thing that's literally the only... That and Malamar being ×4 weak to Bug, I would say, like... Well, actually, no. I suppose we've got two other Pokemon weak to Bug. We just have to hope it doesn't use Lunge a whole lot. If it does use Lunge, we might be in trouble, but... Should I bother with No, just attack. Just attack. We just want to attack this thing. Psychics and Max Flares and Expanding Forces. We'll all be good. I tell you what would be funny. If it used a Max Flutterby on Heatmore, that would be absolutely hilarious, because it would boost Malamar's special attack. But, yeah. Again, if we had a Buzzwole is a very, like, 2-turn defeatable Pokemon, so, like, Reflect just isn't really worth it. When we're against things like... When we were against Dialga, where sometimes we could beat it in, like, 2 turns, but then other days we would maybe need, like, 4. If you had one of those, like, 4-turn ones or whatever, or your Pokemon just wasn't very... Like, a Mr. Mime against a Dialga wouldn't be very good. Oh, okay, attack Rose. Okay, that's fine. That's actually fine. This is not a problem. Right, Max Flare. Oh, there we go. That's how you know that was the Overheat one, because if that was the Fire Lash, it like probably wouldn't have KO'd. That just did half health. Team 5, I feel alive. Unlike that Buzzwole. Well done, everyone. Really great job. So, you want to catch everything. You don't have to catch them, but always catch them. Ash, you don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. I was like, wait, I'm forgetting my own catchphrase. You don't have to keep them, but always catch them. Ash, catch them. And well done, everyone. Seriously, very nice work. We're going to be finishing the stream a little early today, but... This is one of those things where if we had more people, I'd be like, let's do another round. But actually, I may go and deal with that email I got that kind of threw me off at the beginning and was kind of throwing me off for the rest of the stream. So I will probably go deal with that. But well done, everyone. I can tell you from experience that Malamar is a nightmare in normal Dynamax race. Yeah, it's a pain. You have to be very careful when using a Malamar. You have to be really careful. It's why when we've got like a team that's like setting up the sun or like psychic terrain, like we don't have to worry about it. But anyway, no, Fracture is not shiny. Palisand is not shiny. I do need a shiny Heatmore, but it's not shiny. That sucks. Okay, it looks like it's up to me then. No one's had a shiny today. I don't think anyone got a shiny yesterday either, did they? So we're just all around on a drought here. I am now at over 3 weeks. Mathematically, I should get one shiny every week. I am now at over 3 weeks since I last got a shiny. This is not funny anymore, game. Will I get the Mario and Luigi Super Swirl Saga? No. Of course not. Dang! I want the Buzzwole! Right, anyway, Bark. So, no Sparkles there, no Sparkles there, no Sparkles there, and no Sparkles there. Let's have a quick look at Nature's. Lonely. Oh, and Relaxed. Yeah. And then double Lonely. And some kind of neutral. I'm going to say Bashful. Quirky. Dang, it's a quirky bug. Okay, Heatmore. More like a Neatmore. I'm going to go with Heatmore. Why not? Was shinies even real in the first place? Beginning to wonder it. Beginning to wonder it. Man, if we had had no shinies for a whole year of strike streams, that would be bad. Are there any older records you wouldn't mind erasing? I do not want to erase anything. Thank you very much. So, chat, my lovely chat. I'm going to go and deal with these emails and stuff like that. Maybe I should go down to the 7-Eleven. I don't know. I need to check if they do that. Do they have that promotion still? Maybe it's only for members. I don't know. You don't have to take any Pokemon. Yeah, but what is life without Whimsy? Oh, hang on, chat. Look, we passed 660 hours. 660. 660. No, I like taking them because then I have a way of counting how many I've done without having to constantly count how many I've done. So, yeah. Anyway, chat, you guys have been wonderful. I really appreciate you guys, gals, non-binary pals, joining me as always. You guys have been wonderful. Please take care. Have a good rest of your Friday. Have a good Saturday, particularly if you're getting Hisuian Lilligant in Pokemon Go. I hope it's fun. And then I hope you have a good Sunday. I don't think there's any community days or anything Sunday. So I will be back on Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, Los Angeles time. And I will see you all then, okay? So thank you again, guys, for another week. Sorry that it's been like another week without shinies. But there is still Sunday, the weekend. The week isn't over until the weekend. So we'll hopefully get a shiny then. For the love of Nelly, please let me get a shiny on Sunday. Take care, everyone. Like the video if you haven't. Take care, and bye-bye.